Yeah, like I didn't have a bank account before like music got serious for me. I never had a job in my life. I don't have a CV. I just about know my NI number. do you get what I'm saying? So when I got into that space and they said like, yo, we're gonna offer you this legit money. It's gonna go into my bank account, my name on it. I said, where's that? Where am I signing? I signed it. Numbers wise, probably wasn't the right deal.
What did you sign for that time?
So I signed. So my deal was
Our sponsors, for the perspective, Fireway Pizza are offering you guys 20% off using our discount code AD20. Use it today, man. Save money, be patterned. We got you. AD20, Fireway Pizza. And I say good afternoon to one of my bros in the industry, Yungen. What's going on, my brother?
What's happening, family?
Bro, it's mad. One thing I always tell people, there's things you won't see in the interview for reasons being, but it reminds me of like the respect I have for the people I sit down with, and you're someone I definitely have like big respect for.
Love, bro.
The last interview we done, I guess it still is. It was a hard period of your life personally, right? There was a lot going on, but this time, like, man saying that he's free.
Oh, I'm free. By the way, as well for the viewers, because I might look like I'm not free, but my guy always hits me when I ain't got a trim when I'm chilling. So let's clear that up.
And I hit bro last minute and just said, yeah, bro, he's down. So yeah, no, I appreciate that. Bro, I want to start off again, like, because it's even about Flowers. Like, bro, you're one of the most talented lyricists, in my opinion. Okay, let me say, you're one of my favorites. Like, your wordplay is spectacular, bro. Is crazy. I always think though, when you first cut through, everyone said, Yungen's a star. And I know you love football and all this, that, but bro, did you ever really want to be a star in rap though, or did you just want to just be? Because you're quite low key. You're not in all the spots. You're not everywhere that you could be, like, in the industry. So like, how do you reconcile that then?
You know, it's weird. Like, I probably have anything that I love this thing. I love music so much. I love what it's done for me, done for my life. If there's been anything I haven't liked, it's just the quote unquote fame side of it. Do you get me? The fame side of it is probably the only thing I don't like. Do you know what I mean? Or haven't enjoyed, or so yeah, I think that's probably the whole star thing. I think to be a star, you kind of semi have to love it. I'm a star in my own right, but like, you know what you're saying, I don't enjoy being outside and then all that. You know me, I'm chill. I watch my football or play my game, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. When you start to get, like, I won't say the fame, but you're recognized by a lot of people, yeah. And I've noticed, I think a lot of guys from, not even from the streets, they have a bit of like social anxiety, which sometimes I think is a bit of PTSD, because like, you don't know who this is or this and that. But do you think you have a bit of social anxiety?
Yeah, massively. Yeah. Do you know what's so mad? I didn't like probably realize it until like maybe the last few years. Like, yeah, I think that's like, I always knew I was paranoid. Like my last project was called Passionate and Paranoid, yeah. So I always knew like I was a very paranoid person. But yeah, you're right, social anxiety. Like, I don't get FOMO. I don't get like, oh, I'm missing out. Like, oh, I wish I was there at that party. Like, I'm looking at people like, I'm so glad I wasn't there. Like, yeah, like, I'm so glad I wasn't there. So yeah, I think I do get social anxiety for sure.
And I guess that stems from things from way before music then.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, man, I just...
Because a lot has actually happened in your life away from music that is absolutely crazy, bro, for the average person. And I remember that I'm thinking about I remember we did the interview years ago at the DL office. And I remember you was breaking a few things down. Then I was thinking, fucking hell, bro. I had no clue, bro. So I'm saying that today, do you think you're past those type of chapters in your life, or are you still paranoid to an extent?
Yeah, I think I'll always be paranoid, just in general. Like, but I think that's what keeps me like going. It keeps me in a good space, bro. Like, it sounds mad, but like, I didn't used to like it because the feeling you get around Paranoia. If anyone's ever been paranoid or whatever, the feeling you get around Paranoia is not a nice feeling. But I kind of like that I'm like that. I don't really make mistakes and I second guess everything. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what keeps me going, bro.
Bro, let's go. The last time I spoke to you was COVID. That was your last project under, was it RCA? Was it RCA? You're now totally independent, right? This new project, is it distribution support for, or is it just you just?
Yeah, no, I got distribution. So I go through Virgin distribution. Yeah, I'm not like, after being in a deal for 7 years, I think to just like go, oh yeah, I'm gonna just try and drop. I don't want to be stupid in it. Like I've been in a machine for so long. So it was important for me to have my thing distributed right, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? Just learning the business and how it goes. But yeah, apart from that, fully independent, bro. We do everything ourselves. Yeah, Virgin is distributed.
7 years. 7 years on RCA. 2 projects released.
Yeah.
A lot of people now think, right, like 7 years, bro. Like, what were you doing? Like, were you messing? Like, did the money get to your head? Like, bro, what? No, bro. People will say like 7 years, 2 projects. Like, what were you doing? Like, what? When you look back now, yo, why do you think you didn't conclude the 2 options quicker, and then like, do you think overall it was a good deal for you?
Do you know what? I'm never like, and I think I said this before. I might even have said it to you before, because I think the last time we sat down, I think I knew I was that was my last one, and I was out the door after that. So I feel like I was talking confidently about it, but I'm never gonna cry about what I signed. And I see a lot of people doing it when they come out of their deal, like, and never gonna cry about what I signed. I think you gotta be accountable for your team, having a lawyer, your management. You have to be accountable for that. Do you know what I mean? As well as much as we don't know, like, there's a lot I didn't know at that period. Still gotta be accountable for it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would never say it was me that signed a contract, but at the time I needed to sign because I was transitioning. I didn't want to be on the roads anymore. I was ready to get to that next step. I was becoming very, very popular, like, and I was like, yeah, I have to take this step. Do you know what I mean? So numbers wise, probably wasn't the right deal.
What did you sign for that time?
So I signed. So my deal was broken up into like 2 parts, right? So I signed the EP album deal. So my first part of my deal, I had to do an EP and an album. On signature, I got 30 grand. And yeah, so, but my deal was about 120. Yeah, 120K.
EP with an option of an album.
No, EP and album was the first part of the deal. Yeah. So I think, no, if I'm right, I think I got, for the EP and the album, I think on signature I got like 45 grand. But I think I got 15 and 30. Okay. Or something like that. Yeah. But I remember the 30 because the 30 was like, yeah, the 30 was, yeah. And then I think as obviously I went through the deal, I got the rest of it.
Bro, I'm just thinking, bro. I'm not saying you was desperate, but what does 30 grand do at that time even for you, bro?
No, but you know what's so mad? Like now I'm in a space where like I've made a lot of money, like I've done very well, I've been very successful, God willing, like it will continue. But I was in a space where like at that point, bro, I didn't have a bank account. Oh, you were there like that? Yeah, like I didn't have a bank account before like music got serious for me. I never had a job in my life. I don't have a CV. I just about know my NI number. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I got into that space and they said like, yo, we're going to offer you this legit money. It's going to go into my bank account, my name on it. I said, where am I signing? I signed it. So that moved me out my ends. That it helped me massively. Do you know what I mean? So I remember like, I think I definitely told you a story before, Stormzy. When I signed, I remember a couple of weeks later, Storms was doing his first tour. And obviously at the time we had 809 Remix, which was obviously massive. So he's asked me to come out. And I remember him saying to me after the show, yo, I heard you sang. But I hadn't told anybody. I was like, how you know? I said, I didn't know industry talk. I heard you sang. I said, yeah. He said, why did you sing? And I was like, no, it was the right time. Like, the whole car journey home, I was thinking, what did he mean by that? What did he mean, why did you sing? I was like, what does he know that I don't know? Do you get me? But everyone's circumstances are different. Do you know what I mean? Where I was from, I lived in the middle of the hood. Do you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in a council estate. Everyone knew my house. Like, do you know what I mean? So I'd moved out by then, but it was still my mum's house. Do you know what I mean? At the time. So I was living in hostels and like, do you know what I mean? It was a madness. I had to sing. It was the start of my transition in life.
Okay, and you're right, bro. I don't want it to be like a woe is me thing, but it's like I think. Wait, so hold on, wait. What year did you sign then? I'm trying to figure out how long it is in compared to today.
2015.
So 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you were proper young at that time. In hindsight, and it's not like there's no blame. It's just in hindsight. It's like in football, like Man United should never sign Anthony.
Yeah.
They should never paid 85 million, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had Ahmad.
Yeah, of course.
In hindsight, without it seem like any blame, because you're taking accountability.
Of course.
What do you think, with information now, that you think maybe it shouldn't have gone like that? Just without pointing fingers, like just thinking, like, I know I did, but now I wouldn't do that now.
If I'm honest, like, I don't think me and the team realised how the position I was in. I had the biggest like street record on the road at that time with 809. Like 809 was massive. I just done that. I'm just off the back of doing a remix. Like,
that's the reason why they signed you, because of that record.
Yeah.
Also, bro, because I was thinking, what was the smoking gun? Yeah, that was the biggest song in the country.
That was the biggest rap song at the time, like, period. Like, and I remember so mad. So I remember I had already signed, yeah, and I went to the MOBOs, yeah, and I was nominated for Best Newcomer, and I genuinely was like, I've got to win this, like, because I've got the biggest song on the streets. Like, bearing in mind at that point, like 5 years in, I've had a good build up to this point. Like, I was thinking, I've got to win this. I've got to win this. Respect to everyone that was in the category, but I was like, I've got to win this. And I didn't. Section won it. Obviously, big up Section. I was just obviously happy it was people from my area. Like, do you know what I mean? I was genuinely happy for them. But at the time, I remember thinking, like, I've got to win this. And I didn't win. And I felt like everyone was like, around me was like, raw, like, you should have won that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everything that we built up to get to that point. And then I announced my signing the day after. Because I wanted to kind of just put it up on the... And I don't think I was ever going to announce it. I wasn't going to announce I was signed. Because I didn't want to do the whole, I'm signed, and do you know what I mean? I just wanted to cut through, do well. Like, yeah.
That's mental, bro. Because like now today, if an artist has a song that's the biggest in the country,
millions. Millions.
We hear what the Hazy deal was back in the day. Well, not even back in the day, it's a few years ago. I How long was the song out for?
So 809. Remember, I dropped the project in September. I dropped Black and Red September. That charted just outside the top 40. This is it's mad. Independent. Yeah, just outside the top 40. I think it was just outside the top 40. I think I charted 41. Yeah, and then 809 originals going on, and then I dropped the remix on the 1st of January 2015, and then obviously it was really bubbling. So that song probably had about, and it wasn't like now, like where there's millions of songs coming out every day. Like, the song probably had 9 months. I was doing the uni run, like, it was shining on everywhere. And so maybe about 6 months, maybe, from the remix.
Do you know what I'm thinking now, bro? And that's proper early on to Spotify, when the culture started using, like, Spotify was Spotify?
Nah.
Was it not on Spotify then?
Nah. 809 remix is not even on Spotify today.
So when did Spotify kick in the culture?
2016.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking around. It's around that time when it just.
Yeah.
So you didn't even really. It wasn't really a streaming thing.
It was not a streaming thing.
But if it was a streaming thing, then
Oh yeah, it would. If it was a streaming thing, I probably would have never signed. Do you know what I mean? Because the money would have just been. Do you know what I mean? Because 809 Remix has got like 15 million views on my own channel. If I had done that, remember that wasn't a GRM link up, none of them like platforms that was flying at the time. So on my own channel, 15 million views. So
wait, so the argument is, why is it not streaming now then?
I never put it up for streaming. And that was just like, do you get what I'm saying? When Spotify and that kicked in, we should have just straight away put it on. So obviously I still own that record, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely something I need to go on streaming.
Yeah,
You just reminded me.
Yeah, you just put that on.
You just reminded me. Yeah, that needs to go on all platforms.
Bro, you see, okay, cool. So as an artist, like everyone who's looked at your career, do you feel like you, in the deal, was maximizing your potential? Do you feel you was ever held back? Was there, because your A&R left, and anyone who knows, if you got an A&R you believe in and that person leaves, you don't sign necessarily to the label, you sign because the person who's the A&R believes in you. Yeah. Your A&R left after 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
And then you stay in a deal for another, basically, 6.5 years.
Yeah. So some clarity on that. So my A&R, I don't know what the reasoning was, but I think he was butting heads with the label. I don't think they was like seeing eye to eye. But he is the reason I signed. 1,000,000% he's the reason I signed. He actually believed in my project. He knew old Yungen. Like, he was like, I feel like we should go down this way. And I was like, this is my first meeting with him. I was like, no, this guy's a fan. Like, he genuinely, like, I could see the look in his eyes. Like, and I sat down with labels before that, but he was like sure about me. Like, no, you're the one. It just felt right. So I remember saying to the label, no. If he leaves, he still has to A&R me. I'm not going to another because I signed because of him. Do you know what I mean? So he still A&R'd for me, but he was doing A&R consultancy so he wasn't in the building. So he was basically just part of my team. Do you know what I mean? Like, usually your A&R is the middleman in the building between the artist and the label. Do you know what I mean? But that wasn't the case. So we was like, so he was A&R'ing me, and then he signed his own label to a rival of my label, and they said, yeah, we can't do this no more.
Then what happened then? Were you A&R'ing yourself or what?
I never had an A&R again after that.
Really? Did you ask for one?
No.